Thank you very much. I'm Fumiyasu Makinoshima from Tohoku University, Japan, and I'm currently a second year PhD student at the International Research Institute of Disaster Science. So I'm actually a civil engineer. So I'm not, to be honest, I'm not familiar with this field, this topic, but I hope you may find some links between the disaster field and something in your field. So first, I like to briefly introduce my research activity. So my study focuses on tsunami disasters and especially tsunami evacuations. And I'm developing tsunami simulation as shown here, and also tsunami evacuation simulation using agent-based modeling. Some of you may know that we can calculate the crowd movement, including cars, as shown here. So I do computer simulations, and I'm also interested in the behaviors that we cannot calculate. So that's why I'm also conducting an interview survey, as shown here, in Ishinomaki city, where I had the biggest damage in the Great East Japan earthquake and tsunamis. So why I'm here is because we can find a lesson to inherit, or we can make useful education materials like this computer graphics. But big challenge is how can we inherit knowledge to later to reduce the damages by the future disasters. So we really have this kind of knowledge, so I'm happy to have opinions or discussions from you. So in this presentation, I'll show some case studies in my field about these challenges. So case one is the damaged object conservations. Now the people in Tohoku are trying to conserve this kind of damaged object to inherit our experience. But conservations are acceptable for some people, but not acceptable for some people because of the psychological problem. Some of people don't like to remember these disasters. And in addition to the psychological problem, another challenge is the funding problem. Because this conservation fee, including maintenance for a long time, is also a big issue for local government. They don't have enough money to conserve this kind of big object. And this is one of the research results from our laboratory. He's currently assistant professor in our laboratory. He surveyed this kind of conservation problem from the newspaper article. This shows frequently of this kind of news in the newspapers. And soon after the earthquake, we don't really have a news of this kind of topic, but later we'll have a large number of this kind of article, and we have a constant number of articles still 6 years after the earthquake. And he found that by statistical analysis, there are some types of this kind of conservation problem. He found that the object which have positive stories in the disasters, they tend to be conserved, but the object which have negative stories in the disaster, they tend to be not conserved. So still it is we are exploring what is a better way to conserve this kind of problem. And case two is museum type educations, as shown here. They are actually, I'm working with them for an interview survey in Shinomaki, and they have this kind of small museum central of the inundation area, and they are conducting this kind of education in these facilities. And this kind of facility is not only for education, but can be a place that the local residents share their sadness and happiness. So this picture shows the scenery of the this March 11 in 2017, the 6 years after the tsunami. They held a kind of festival using a candle, and they got together here and they pray for tsunami victims. And next case is a web archive system that our Tohoku University and my institute are collaborating and making this kind of archive system named Michinoku Shinroku-den. The Michinoku means the old expression of Tohoku, and Shin means a tremor or earthquake. Roku is a record, and then is a term or report. So this is open access, and you can access via this web address. The next case is kind of maybe cutting edge technologies like AR, VR technology. This is a famous ship in Tohoku tsunami. Its name is Kyotoku Maru. It is a drifted ship in Kesenuma city, but it's already demolished. But they scan this ship, and now we can experience this ship in a virtual reality. And the last case is a memorial park type. Now the Ishinomaki city, where had the biggest damage, is planning to make this kind of memorial park for inherit our experience of the 2011 tsunami in this area, the tsunami-stricken area. So, in summary, the disaster heritage is essential to reduce future damages from natural disasters, and especially for low-frequent mega tsunamis. And there are several methods, as I introduced in this slide, to inherit facts and lessons of tsunami after the Tohoku tsunami. But each way has pros and cons. The collaborative activities should lead better solution to challenge in those kind in disaster archive field. Thank you very much.